Have you ever noticed how Geminis always seem surrounded by people, laughter, and endless conversations, yet deep inside, there's something distant about them, almost untouchable? Behind their curious mind and the joy that brightens every place they go, there hides a silent loneliness that few can truly perceive. The most communicative sign of the zodiac signs carries within it a paradox. They can understand everyone, but are rarely understood in return. In today's message from the signs, we will dive into the hidden side of Gemini, the being of two souls, who talks to everyone but sometimes forgets to listen to their own voice. This is a journey between light and shadow, between laughter and emptiness, where the Gemini horoscope reveals secrets about the heart and mind of this complex sign. Get ready, because the reasons behind Gemini's loneliness will surprise you, and perhaps make you see this sign in a completely different way. The mind that never sleeps. Inside the world of Gemini, silence is a rare visitor. Their mind is an endless universe of thoughts, possibilities, questions, and stories constantly intertwining. Even when the world around them is calm, their inner voice keeps whispering, analyzing, remembering, creating, and dreaming of new realities. It's like living in a constant mental storm that never truly ends. And that is both their greatest gift and their deepest curse. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, logic, and intellect. This cosmic influence makes them natural storytellers, thinkers, and observers of every detail. They see patterns where others see coincidence. They sense emotional shifts that most ignore. Yet this same mental brilliance often becomes a trap, a loop of overthinking where they replay every word, every silence, every unfinished story. When a Gemini feels lonely, it's not always because they are alone, it's because no one can move at the same speed as their mind. Most people live on the surface, but Gemini dives deep into the ocean of thought and emotion, exploring layers of meaning that others never notice. They long for someone who can not only talk, but think with them, someone who understands the poetry within their chaos. But that kind of connection is rare, and its absence creates an invisible wall between Gemini and the world. This loneliness doesn't shout, it hides. You'll see them laughing, joking, changing topics with ease, as if everything is fine. But behind that bright laughter, there's a storm they cannot quiet. They smile while their thoughts whisper, "Did I say too much? Did they really understand me? Why do I feel so far away, even when I'm surrounded by people?" Their curiosity, their intelligence, their constant hunger for mental stimulation, it's beautiful, but it comes with a cost. It's like having 1,000 open tabs in the brain and never knowing which one to close. That's why many Geminis drift between projects, ideas, and friendships, not because they're shallow, but because they're searching for a spark of connection that truly awakens them, even for a brief moment. In the Mensagem dos Signos, Gemini's restless mind represents the eternal seeker, the one who is always learning, evolving, questioning, but rarely finding peace. The universe gave them the ability to see every perspective, but not the comfort of simplicity. Their thoughts are constellations, their emotions galaxies, vast, radiant, and impossible to fully understand. And so, the Gemini horoscope teaches us this truth: the mind that never sleeps also dreams of silence. Gemini's solitude is not emptiness, it's the price of awareness, of living between worlds, between logic and intuition, between words and the void. How can you rest, the stars whisper, when your heart is busy speaking to the universe? The gift of adaptation and the curse of the masked Gemini is a master of transformation. They can walk into any room and instantly blend in, adjusting their tone, energy, even their humor to match whoever is around. This isn't manipulation, it's intuition. They read people like open books, noticing every detail, every subtle shift of expression. This gift of adaptation makes them magnetic, the kind of soul everyone feels comfortable with. But behind this effortless charm lies a silent tragedy. When you can become anyone, it's easy to forget who you truly are. From childhood, Geminis learn to survive by understanding. They observe, analyze, and mirror the emotions around them, using their sharp Mercury-ruled mind as both shield and weapon. They can talk to the loudest person in the room and still find harmony with the quietest. Yet this same adaptability, while dazzling, also isolates them. While everyone else feels seen, Gemini rarely does. They give the world versions of themselves, fragments of their truth, but very few ever see their core. This is the curse of the mask. The mask smiles. The mask listens. The mask always knows what to say. But when the day ends, Gemini removes it and feels the echo of their own silence. It is the weight of constantly performing, feeling everything but showing only what is safe. They are not fake, they are just tired of explaining the complexity that others would not understand. Their heart is full of colors, humor, intelligence, affection, restlessness, yet people often mistake their adaptability for inconsistency. The world demands they choose one version of themselves, one mood, one truth. But Gemini is not one. They are 2, or 10, or infinite. They are air, always changing shape to fit the moment, yet yearning for someone who sees through the wind and recognizes their essence. In love, this becomes a deeper ache. Geminis love intensely but rarely reveal how deep their feelings run. They fear being misunderstood, so they wear their brightness as armor. The joke becomes a defense. The laughter a distraction. And when the world praises their versatility, they quietly wonder, if I can be everything for everyone, who am I when I'm alone? This duality reveals the hidden loneliness behind Gemini's smile. Their power to adapt is divine. It is how they connect, inspire, and heal others. But every mask, no matter how beautiful, casts a shadow. And behind that shadow is the longing to be loved for who they truly are, not for the role they play so perfectly. Gemini's mind reminds us, adaptation without authenticity leads to emptiness. The universe did not make them shapeshifters to lose themselves, but to understand the infinite forms of connection. Their mask is not a prison, it is their protection. But one day, they will meet a soul who looks past it, and for the first time, they will feel truly seen. They call it inconsistency, the stars whisper. But it's just a heart trying to fit into a world that loves labels more than souls. The fear of being predictable. Gemini lives in constant motion, both in thought and in spirit. Freedom is their lifeblood, and predictability feels like a cage. They crave excitement, novelty, and the thrill of the unknown. Yet this very desire to stay unpredictable is often the root of a silent loneliness. While others seek stability and routine, Gemini dances on the edge of spontaneity, exploring every corner of life with restless energy. Their world is a whirlwind of ideas, conversations, and possibilities, and few can keep pace. This fear of being predictable goes deeper than just a love for adventure. It is tied to their identity. Gemini worries that if they ever settle, reveal all their patterns, or let someone fully anticipate their thoughts, they will lose the very essence of themselves. Every habit avoided, every plan broken, every sudden change is a way to protect their dual nature. They are air, meant to flow, to surprise, to elude being pinned down. But this constant need for change often leaves them feeling isolated. Those who could love them deeply sometimes cannot follow the shifting winds of their mind and heart. Gemini's adaptability is a double-edged sword in this context. Their charm and wit make them fascinating companions, yet the unpredictability that draws people in also keeps them at a distance. Friends, lovers, even family members often sense that Gemini is never fully present, that they are always somewhere ahead, in a thought or idea that cannot be reached. They are simultaneously everywhere and nowhere, a paradox that few can comprehend. In relationships, this fear manifests as both a challenge and a shield. Gemini longs for intimacy but fears the constraints of predictability. They may retreat when things become too familiar or routine, even if their love is real. This is not caprice, it is self-preservation. To reveal themselves fully is to risk being trapped or misunderstood. The world is too quick to label, too eager to confine, and Gemini's spirit refuses to be contained. In the astrological message, we see that Gemini's restlessness is not weakness. It is a reflection of their depth, curiosity, and sensitivity. Their desire to remain unpredictable is a testament to their complexity. It is a defense against a world that rarely appreciates nuance and a longing to remain free in a way that allows them to explore every facet of life and love. The Gemini horoscope reveals that this fear of predictability fuels both brilliance and solitude. They are thinkers, dreamers, and creators who navigate life with endless possibilities at their fingertips. Yet, without someone who can embrace the ever-changing nature of their heart, Gemini can feel like a comet passing through the night sky, brilliant, beautiful, but ultimately alone. They fear the predictable, the stars whisper, because to settle is to lose the endless horizon of who they are. The heart divided between reason and emotion. Gemini's mind is always active, but their heart is a tempest of conflicting currents. They live between two worlds, the world of thought, where logic reigns, and the world of feeling, where emotions surge like untamed waves. This duality is their gift, but also their silent burden. It makes them endlessly fascinating to others, yet profoundly lonely in their own experience. They analyze, plan, and predict, but their heart often refuses to follow the path their mind lays out. Their emotional landscape is vast and complex. Gemini feels intensely, sometimes in ways they themselves cannot fully understand. Love can be exhilarating and terrifying at once. They crave connection, yet they fear vulnerability. Their heart wants to dive deep, but their mind warns them of the risks of betrayal, disappointment, and being trapped. This constant negotiation between reason and feeling creates a tension that few can see, let alone comprehend. Gemini's brilliance is partly born from this inner conflict. They can articulate thoughts with precision and charm, weaving ideas that capture minds and imaginations. Yet inside, their heart whispers doubts: am I understood? Will they see all the layers, the contradictions, the hidden truths? This internal struggle can make them appear elusive, inconsistent, or even detached. But in reality, they are navigating a labyrinth of their own, making a delicate balance between intellect and intuition. In relationships, this duality shows its power and its pain. Gemini can love deeply, but they often hide their true feelings behind humor, wit, or clever conversation. They test the waters carefully, revealing pieces of themselves only when trust feels safe. Yet even then, their heart may pull them in one direction while their mind pulls them in another. This push and pull is not indecision, it is survival, a way to protect their most vulnerable self while still seeking intimacy. In the astrological message, we understand that this inner division is part of what makes Gemini extraordinary. Their heart's sensitivity and their mind's agility allow them to perceive subtleties others miss, to connect on multiple levels, and to create bonds that are rare and meaningful. Yet it also casts a shadow. Their loneliness is often invisible, masked by laughter, charm, and a restless energy that never stops. The Gemini horoscope reveals that the path to fulfillment lies in embracing both sides, allowing reason and emotion to converse, rather than clash. Only when they honor their heart without silencing their mind, and respect their intellect without dismissing their feelings, can Gemini feel truly whole. Until then, they wander between brilliance and solitude, a mind and heart forever dancing in the night sky. They are torn, the stars whisper, because to love without logic is reckless, and to think without feeling is empty, yet their beauty lies in balancing both. The isolation behind the charm Gemini is one of the most captivating signs of the zodiac. Their charm is effortless, their humor magnetic, and their mind sharp enough to hold 1,000 conversations at once. People are naturally drawn to them, enchanted by their energy, wit, and the way they seem to understand the world so intuitively. Yet behind this brilliance lies a profound solitude that few ever perceive. The very traits that attract others also build invisible walls, keeping Gemini at a distance even from those who are closest. The isolation begins with their mind. Gemini is constantly thinking, analyzing, and connecting ideas faster than most can follow. Their intelligence is a gift, but it often sets them apart. While friends and lovers admire their cleverness, they cannot always match the depth of Gemini's thoughts. Conversations may flow endlessly, yet true understanding is rare. This gap between the mind and the world around them creates a subtle loneliness, one that is masked by laughter, stories, and playful energy. Their adaptability, another hallmark of their charm, contributes to this solitude. Gemini can fit into any social setting, speak on any topic, and adjust to the moods of others effortlessly. But every adaptation, every mask they wear, takes a toll. They are constantly giving pieces of themselves, yet few see the whole. People love the persona, the brilliance, the energy, but rarely the quiet, reflective, and sometimes vulnerable soul behind it. In relationships, this isolation becomes more poignant. Gemini can be intensely affectionate, deeply loyal, and endlessly engaging. Yet they often hold back, afraid that revealing too much will make them predictable or misunderstood. They live with a duality, the desire for connection and the fear of losing their freedom. The closer someone gets, the more they wonder if that person can keep up with their restless mind and ever-changing heart. Many fail to, leaving Gemini to retreat into solitude once again. In the astrological message, we see that this isolation is not a flaw, it is part of their complexity. Gemini's charm is a bridge to the world, but it is not a substitute for true intimacy. Their soul is like a hidden garden behind a beautiful gate. Many can admire it from the outside, but few are allowed inside. Only those willing to navigate their depth, respect their need for freedom, and embrace their contradictions can truly understand the loneliness behind the smile. The Gemini horoscope reminds us that brilliance often comes with solitude. Their wit, energy, and adaptability attract the world, yet their depth remains a mystery to most. It is this tension between connection and isolation, between light and shadow, that defines Gemini. They are dazzling, magnetic, and endlessly intriguing, but their heart and mind often wander in a quiet, private world that only a rare few are invited to see. They shine for everyone to admire, the stars whisper, yet their loneliness is a universe hidden behind the light. And now, after exploring the hidden truths behind Gemini's mind, heart, and soul, it's your turn to connect with the message. If you received this insight, confirm it by sending a message to 5555. Let the universe know you are listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more astrological revelations and deep insights into the zodiac. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video that could change the way you understand yourself and others. And most importantly, share this video with friends, family, or anyone who might relate to the mystery and complexity of Gemini. Let's spread the cosmic wisdom together. Remember, the stars speak, but it's up to us to listen.